We're back, and today we have a banger of a video. I hope you guys had an amazing Easter Sunday. Man, oh man, God is good. Smash the like and subscribe button. Just going to link down below. We got almost 5,000 people in there. Actually, we've hit 5K, and we're close to 1,000 members. Just kidding, we smashed it. We've hit records this year. Appreciate every single one. We're going to make stubs all year long. This video is going to be very, very important and very useful for making stubs for your entire lifetime, ever. We're talking about what I look at when I choose guys to buy. And man, oh man, I'm good at doing that. I'm good at making some stubs on these buy orders and sell orders. I mean, we can take a look. I've made a lot of stubs already. Don't even have to wait until the actual update itself to make stubs on these guys. I'm talking buying Jackson Chourio, selling him back, buying Yoshi for 900, selling Yoshi for 1,600. There's a lot of stubs to be made all season long. And it's not just the actual day of the update. So here are the 6 things that I look at when I evaluate a player as a buy. We're talking about breaking down their stats and a lot of other stuff. Here we go. The first and most important thing, one of the most important things that I look at, is their overall. Their overall is very important to me. Why? Because it determines how much profit and how much stubs I can make on the day of the actual update. Let's break this down. An 84 overall is an overall that I do like investing in. If an 84 gets a +1, which I like evaluating things as a +1 max. You know, do I trust SDS? +2 is the biggest jump that I have in my head. Anything more than a +2, expecting, wishful thinking. Like, yes, there are guys that will get +4. There are guys that might even get more than that. I don't like spending my stubs thinking anything more than a +2. But for this instance, when I evaluate the overalls, I'm looking at +1. So an 84 to an 85 overall. You double your stubs because the quick sell value changed from 1,500 to 3,000. So 84s are good. 83s, I hate investing in 83 overalls. An 83 overall that gets a +1, their quick sell only changes 300 stubs. That's a 25% ROI. It's crap. Basically, these are the guys that are going to get shafted. Now, we'll talk about why I have Matt Strom in a little bit coming up. 82 overalls. Again, I really don't like investing in 82 overalls. Same reason. They can get a +2. And you only make, what, 50%? So an 82 really has to go 85. An 83 really has to go 85. So those are longer-term plays. Now, 81 and 80 are the sweet spot. I really like 80 overalls. An 80 overall can go +2, and it's more than double your stubs. An 81 overall can go +2, and it goes from 600 to 1,200. It's double your stubs. So these are kind of the sweet spot in overall. So I really like targeting a lot of these guys down here. Same thing with silvers. 79 overalls. This is a good sweet spot, man. They can go from around 150 to 400. It's a big jump in quick sell. So 79s are good. 78s are good. And then below 78s, then you kind of start getting dead zoned. These guys, 77 and below, can they really make it to gold in one update? Probably not. And then with bronzes, pretty similar story. I look for as close to silver as possible to get that jump. So overall is very important to me. The next thing, in-game attributes. The in-game attributes are important to me as well. Let's take a guy, I don't know, man. Let's take a look at, where's Blake Snell? Blake Snell's always a good one. If I take a look at Blake Snell, I don't even know what overall he is. 85 overall, so he's not investable. I don't invest in diamonds. But Blake Snell, let's say that he's a gold. If he was a gold, he has 45 walks per 9. So I'm looking at his card. He has very good hits per 9, very good Ks per 9, and his walks per 9 is 45. Basically, I'm evaluating, is there room for improvement on this card? Is everything 100 across the board? Because then he's got to be perfect in real life. So right here, I'd be looking at Blake Snell, I'm like, all right, if he gives him a hit, he's screwed. So that's kind of worrisome to me. But also, I'm looking at the walks per 9, I'm like, damn, if he takes the drunk goggles off and he knows if he learns how to throw a strike, then the walks per 9 definitely can get a big boost, and he can get a boost in overall. So that's the second thing I look at, is the in-game attributes that actually kind of make the starting overall, or whatever overall they are when you're looking at them. That's important as well. Kind of seeing, all right, what do I think can actually improve on this card? Talent is number 3. I look for guys that are talented. A good example of this right now is Joe Ryan. Now, Joe Ryan is an 82 overall, and he's projected as a +2 when I'm making this video. Now, Joe Ryan, you're actually, he's going to be pitching by the time you've seen this video, so it's going to be delayed. But he's a +2, and I question his talent. I think, if I was to make him an overall in this game, I'd probably keep him as 82, 83, 84. Can he really earn himself diamond, or do I think he'll kind of fall back to reality? Pablo Lopez is another good example. Michael King. there's just certain guys where it's like, do I feel like they got shafted? No, I feel like their overalls are pretty fair right now, based on how I would evaluate their actual talent in real life. So, I mean, and then there's guys that are shafted, like Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet is dominant in real life. Corbin Carroll, there's a reason I had him as a huge buy. I know that he's very, very talented. Spencer Strider's a good example. Strider, long term, he's going to end up as a diamond. He's got very good talent. So that's kind of a good, that's the third thing, is the actual talent. You don't want somebody that's a troll, because those get very, very annoying. Number 4, now we start looking at the in real life stats. So if I take a look at Matt Strom, right? If I was to pull up Matt Strom stats, you have to kind of understand what correlates to what. So for pitchers, innings pitched correlate to stamina, so innings per game. Hits per 9 is number of hits given up. Ks per 9 is number of strikeouts. Walks per 9 is the number of walks. And then pitch and clutch is batting average against with runners in scoring position. So those are the things that will be changing. Now, what's a good ratio? You don't want to be giving up 1 hit per inning. 1 hit per inning, you're screwed. You want to be getting more than 1 strikeout per inning, then you're looking good. And then you want to be having like less than 1 walk every 4 innings to be good in that category. So that's how I evaluate pitchers. And then hitters, you can see we got batting average versus lefties and righties for contact, home runs versus left and right for power, and then batting average with guys at scoring position for the clutch. Now, in the Discord, we have a big stats buy, and we also have great buys, so make sure you consider becoming a member. It'll tell you kind of what their guys' current stats are in terms of their investability. So that's definitely something cool, but the IRL stats are important for a couple reasons. What I do is, we already talked about looking at their in-game stats. So you want to then look at it. All right, Corbin Burns has a 61 Ks per 9 in the game. That's his lowest stat. Same with his walks, pretty low. There's room for improvement. How many guys is he striking out? How many guys is he walking? And then based off of that, depending on the ratio, you'll be able to determine, all right, well, this is looking like it's trending up. This is looking like it's trending down. In Corbin Burns' case, he's cooked. It's trending down. The fourth thing was that. The fifth thing is the price. Then I start looking at price. Corbin Carroll. As of right now, Corbin Carroll is a diamond lock. He's going diamond. But he's already priced at 2,300 stubs. So if he goes +2, which he could go +6, but that's a whole different story, or +3, sorry, to 86. But if he goes +2 to 85, he's 3,000 quick sell. So you're only making 800 stubs per card, and that ROI is about 25%, right? So the price on Corbin Carroll is a bit too expensive. Garrett Crochet, similar story. And the last thing I look at when looking at buys is hype. There's a couple different aspects of that word. Like Steven Kwan. Has Steven Kwan's price ever been high? I like finding guys where their price raised up in the past and then it kind of settled back down. Raised up in the past and then settles back down. That's a good indication you can flip these guys whenever they have good performances. A good example is Alex Bregman. Take a look. Alex Bregman has done a couple of things in a couple of the last days where you can see his price has jumped over 1,000 stubs 2 times in the last 2 weeks. So, and he's still hitting pretty good. So, I mean, in this case, I feel like there's a good chance that his price jumps back up a 3rd time because we're seeing a bit of a trend where he does something good and people like to react. I call that hype, meaning that his card can change price pretty quickly and it can go pretty high. Now, the other aspect of that word is I like looking at guys where, they're going to be higher in price come the actual update. Garrett Crochet is a good example. Garrett Crochet, I know that if the update week was like 4 or 5 days away, Garrett Crochet's price would probably be 2,700 stubs. So people the week of the actual update, they tend to jack the prices up. So that's actually why I'm investing in some of these 83 overalls. Like I said, I hate these 83 overall guys. We got Jimmy Garcia, Yimi. We got Mr. Matt Strom. I think there's another bum reliever that I'm investing in. I don't even know. But a good example of this is Matt Strom. I don't want to rely on them giving him a +2 to dime. I don't want to do it. And I don't have to do it. Because I know that his price will go up from hype. And yeah, I'm not going to get 3,000 stubs. Like if he went diamond, maybe I'll lose out on a little bit. I'm not going to be greedy. I will wait for his price to go to 2,700. And then I'll just take my 2.5K profit per. Don't mind if I do. So that's the last and final thing I think about when I'm looking at who to buy. You want to have 50,000 stubs at least per card. I like having around like 80, 90, 100. And come the actual roster update week, right? The thing that I usually do is all of the good investments, I actually tend to sell off like 80%, 75% of my guys just on hype. Their price is going to be so high. It's like, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to literally go ahead and sell. It's okay if I lose out on a little bit. But then you find yourself only a couple days away from the actual roster update, and you have a lot of stubs. And that's where you start kind of throwing darts at a dartboard. You take a bit of a risk. Like you want to buy some guys closer to quick sell that may or may not get that boost. And why is Cole Ray against 500 stubs? Wow, that's a good buy. Smash the like and subscribe button. Hope this video really helps y'all out. Let me know if you want another breakdown. Peace.